How do I explain myself in 10 seconds or less? Let me show you. Old flip cam, dead. Using new flip cam. There you go. RKO the infamous NWO! Back with another video. So what else am I going to talk about? Everyone's talking, everyone's buzzing. I'm still on my pay-per-view high right now. And if you don't know what a pay-per-view high is, let me explain it to you. It's when you watch such an epic pay-per-view that the next day you can't stop thinking about it and you gotta rewatch it. And when you rewatch it, the pay-per-view is more epic than when you watched it the night before live on pay-per-view. That's what a pay-per-view high is. Usually I get them after WrestleMania, but or SummerSlam. If you listen closely, there's a cop car outside and it's going din, 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 din. But anyways, I'll try to talk louder. So this pay-per-view had huge buzz. As much buzz as WrestleMania. Oh, and people talk about how you need a long, in-depth storyline. You kind of do, and you kind of don't. But it took CM Punk about like 4 promos to build this pay-per-view so high that everyone's talking about it, WrestleMania style. But he used stuff that goes back all the way to 06, which is kind of like 5 years of storyline built up into 4 promos. So anyways, first match on the card, SmackDown Money in the Bank. I only ordered this pay-per-view for 4 matches, and yes, all 4 matches either delivered or went so high up my expectations that it just flew out of the water. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Money in the Bank ladder match, SmackDown. Going to this match, I wanted Danielson to win, but I thought maybe Sheamus is gonna win and and just cash in and then be the champion at SummerSlam, because it would kind of make sense, right? Since he's been in the kind of the mix with Christian and Orton. But nope, that wasn't the case. Great match, by the way. Lots of spots. Epic match. Like, you gotta finally, like, the talent in the ring finally got to show what they're capable of. Like, there was one part where there was spot after spot after spot with Heath Slater and Danielson with the suicide dive, and Heath Slater did that crazy flip out of the ring, and then Justin Gabriel did the 450 splash, and then Sin Cara got a power bomb, and Sheamus was like, yeah. Then he was like, wait, what? What did I just do? And then he's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh god, hopefully he's okay. Did you see that part? Hopefully you rewatch that and catch that crazy match. Kane looked like a monster in that match doing the epic choke slam on Sheamus through the ladder, but the ladder didn't break. So many spots in this match, and then Danielson comes up, climbing. He gets it and grabs the briefcase, starts beasting out and like starts shaking it on the ladder. I don't know what I'm doing because I just had to make this review interesting, because you're tired of the same people just going like this and talking. You gotta have hand motions and you gotta move around the live with the review, because I wanted to do a live reaction but I didn't. I'm sorry, and I wish I did now. Second match, my washroom break match, because I was so hyped up for Danielson winning the Money in the Bank. And that was a good 25-minute match, by the way. And I was so exhausted. I'm like, good. Hopefully the Divas match is now. So Divas match, I didn't even watch it. It's whatever. I just know Kelly beat I don't even know, Brie Bella. Yeah, no one cares. And then Mark Henry and Big Show. I'm like, I'm not watching this match either. So I just was like not even paying attention. I was like, whatever. But then we have the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match going into this. I wanted either, what was it? Once Del Rio came out, I'm like, Del Rio has to win. He comes out with a Lamborghini. Why would he not win? I wanted Alberto Del Rio to win because, yes, he was right up there. But then, at the back of my mind, I kind of wanted Miz to win. But I was going for Del Rio. And I know I'm just saying that because I didn't do a live prediction. I wish I did live predictions now, because now I'm just saying stuff for saying it. Yeah, so anyways, Del Rio comes out with an epic Lamborghini. Miz, who else was in the match? Evan Bourne, Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, Alex Riley, and some other people that we don't care about. But anyways, this match was really good, but it did not top the SmackDown Money in the Bank. It had different aspects of the match, because that match seemed like they utilized the ladder a lot more, but it wasn't as good as the SmackDown one. But the Raw was just good, much more dangerous in that match. Like when Miz fell off the ladder and pretty much messed up his whole leg. I'm surprised Miz is not injured. And then when they're all getting up in the they're all on top, they're all trying to grab it, and then they all get screwed over. And even in the beginning of the match, they all had a ladder in the ring, and they're all fighting. And then Del Rio gets screwed over, and then they did that same spot like they did last year when they throw all the ladders on Del Rio like they did with Big Show. So yeah, that was pretty epic. And then the one part when everyone's down and Miz comes up, and you think he's gonna win, and the crowd's going crazy, but he didn't, because stupid Rey Mysterio comes out and does a power bomb on him. And there's one epic part when everyone's on the top, and he does a shooting star press and lands on everyone because everyone catches him. This match was pretty good. Pretty good match. And by the way, I love the Chicago crowd. But the ending came when Del Rio's going on top, Rey Mysterio comes, and then you think Rey Mysterio's gonna win, and then Del Rio takes out the mask, and Rey Mysterio's like, no! And then he leans to the ladder, but he's supposed to lean to the right, but he leans to the left, and all the ladders fall down, and Del Rio's like, oh god. So he gets a match and then throws it, and goes back up and gets the briefcase. But I think the ending should have been, if Rey Mysterio didn't mess up and lean that way, which he should have leaned that way, was Del Rio has the briefcase and the mask. Would have been so epic, but he didn't. But Del Rio, Money in the Bank winner. By the way, just to add, that Chicago crowd was epic. And by the way, I forgot to add Mark Henry beat Big Show, which was surprising, but whatever, no one cares. Because I didn't pay for that match. It was just there. And some matches, like, you know it's going to be bad, so you don't bother watching them. Yeah, that was kind of one of those matches, I'm being honest. Next match was Randy Orton versus Christian, World Heavyweight title on the line. We had to see if Orton gets disqualified or the referee screws up, he loses the belt. So, wow. And this match was getting pretty good, pretty intense. Like back and forth wrestling. Orton hit the kill switch, engage. Christian hit the kill switch, engage on Orton. Orton kicks out. Orton teases the RKO all night. No RKO. Actually, I saw Orton do a lot of moves like that, gut wrench powerbomb where he like beats it out and he has hold two hands. Like no, one hand, boom, like a beast. Orton and Christian looked pretty good in that match. Wasn't as good as their Over the Limit match, but it was better than their Capital Punishment match. And I think it was somewhat there to the SmackDown match. The ending made sense too. It made perfect sense because if Christian's gonna win, he's not gonna win just like that. He has to use that stipulation to his advantage. And he did. He spit right in Orton's mouth. That was so nasty. And they showed it on replay, like in slow motion, like to make them more nasty. And then Orton just started beasting out and kicked Christian right between the thing. And then his thing got all messed up. And then Orton won the belt via kick to the thing. So Christian's second title reign will be, how did he win? He won via kick to his own thing by Orton's foot. So yeah. And then Orton beats it out pretty much like we saw Orton like 09 Orton where he like went crazy and pretty much get an RKO on Christian on the Spanish announce table, which was reinforced by the way. Came back, Chicago crowd was going nuts. Did a second RKO on Christian. Christian's pretty much dead. Orton walks out like a beast. Pretty good match. So now the main event of the evening. It's 10 o'clock. Exactly. The crowd is going crazy all night chanting CM Punk. CM Punk. This Chicago crowd was so hot. What I mean by hot, they were like, they know what they were chanting for. Like they were booing Mysterio and cheering Sheamus and cheering Del Rio and cheering Danielson. Everyone was going crazy. And then even when they showed the CM, like the match was about to start, like CM Punk versus Cena, you could hear the crowd in the background while the commentators are talking. Because how much that beast crowd was. Like that crowd like owned WrestleMania crowd. But you kind of tell by how the building is, because you know how the sound goes up and down for big arenas, and then for small arenas it's just enclosed and it's loud. But you gotta watch the True Story WrestleMania for that one. Anyways, main event of the evening, CM Punk versus Cena, WWE title on the line. Punk's last night, Cena loses, you are fired. That was probably one of the best promos of 2011 when they showed before the match. That promo was as good as the Miz promo. Do I have your attention there? Do I have everybody's attention? That was so epic. And then when CM Punk came out, the whole place erupts. This was like, it felt like I was watching ECW One Night Stand 06, except instead of seeing like 2,000 people, I saw like 15,000 people. It was so good. Like when he came out, like I had goosebumps. Like when I rewatched it this morning, I had goosebumps when he came out because he was like beasting out. The crowd was going crazy. It was so loud, so good. And then when Cena came out, he just gets pretty much booed, looks down, like pretty much ECW One Night Stand 2006, looks down, shows his belt, be like, yeah, throw the shirt to one of the kids in the crowd, like, I know you're gonna catch it, you're not gonna throw it back to me. So good, and you knew this match was gonna be at least a half-an-hour match. Great wrestling, slow paced, like slowly builds up, starts working on, a lot of holds, a lot of submission holds. And you just slowly start building up this match, slowly, a little bit more moves, a lot of kicks, a lot of knees. And then the match really started getting good right in the 50-minute mark. A lot of back and forth action. Cena finally learning some new moves for once. It's like when Cena's backed in the corner and everyone hates him. That's when he starts wrestling for once. Why can't Cena be like this all the time and actually wrestle? Because he has some wrestling ability, we all know this. He could actually hold himself in a match. But he just doesn't. But you also could see that he couldn't even, he had to try to keep up the pace with Punk because Punk was beasting out and Cena was just there. This match was going to be even better than it was. And I'm not complaining that the match was bad because the match was excellent. But it could have been a little bit better if Cena could actually keep up with Punk. But he did. And he did a very good job. And when Cena got the FU, I got so scared. And when Cena got the CFU, I got so scared. Like my heart was about to stop. And then when Vince McMahon came out and did that fake screw job, I knew Cena was going to be a good guy and say, no, don't do this. And once he got in the ring, boom, go to sleep. New champ, 1, 2, 3, over. CM Punk is a new WWE champion. And you knew someone's about to come out and cash in. And then Vince calls out Del Rio. Del Rio comes in. Boom! Kick to the head. Lights out. Del Rio, you're done for the night. Didn't cash it in yet. Punk runs out of the building pretty much. The crowd is going so crazy. That crowd seemed like I'm watching Raw 1999 when someone's in the crowd and everyone is like... Have you seen some crowds, like when wrestlers go in the crowd, some of them are like, yeah, whatever, yeah, it's just John Cena, yeah, the Miz is over there, and like, you're watching on TV, like, why are you not going insane? But that crowd know exactly what they're doing, because the whole crowd was going crazy, like, they were jumping on, that's like back in time crowd, that's like a 1999 crowd. So yeah, great pay-per-view. Let me rate all the matches. First match, give 4 stars. Second match, don't care. Third match, don't care. Fourth match, actually, third match I give 2 stars. Fourth match, 3 3/4. Fifth match, 3.5. And the last match, 4 3/4 stars. Not a 5-star match. I gave 4 3/4. But the ending was 5 stars. The overall storyline and everything of what they did. Remember I said I didn't want to say much with the Punk thing because I didn't want to jinx it. I just said WWE, don't screw this up. Well, they took the ball and they're like, we're not screwing this up. And they ran with it. And they ran so far. And now Raw's going to be epic tonight. And that is my Money in the Bank 2011 review. Overall, tremendous show. 9 out of 10. That's how good it was. It owned WrestleMania 27. If WrestleMania, by the way, if WrestleMania 27 did not have Taker vs. Triple H, that pay-per-view would have sucked. FYI. Anyways, that is my Money in the Bank 2011 review. Expect more videos. Got a new camera now. Got a bunch of stuff ready to go. By the way, I got a new Sin Cara mask. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/JusticeO'Brien update daily now. Getting used to this tweeting stuff now. Alright? Talk to you guys later.